Hey ladies, Karen McCoy here and welcome to today's Tips and Tidbits video. Let's talk the back. Out of all the muscle groups, I love the back the most on women. It doesn't mean I love it to train, but I love the look of it. I love everything, as you guys know. I love legs, I love shoulders, I love a great pair of arms, but the back to me has always been my favorite on a woman because it's mysterious, it's at the back. And the back is often the forgotten landscape because we don't see it. We can see every other body part if we choose to, but the back is really, really tough. It's also tough to work because you have over 20 muscles in your back and they all have to work in symphony with each other. And so it's a lot of work. And when I do my back, I spend a whole workout devoted solely to back because it's so complex. The deal with the back is you have to hit it from all sorts of different angles. That's why we need a minimum of 6 exercises, sometimes 10, in order to hit all the different parts of the back. My favorite muscle, and the one that was the hardest for me to build and connect into, is the lats, so the latissimus dorsi. So basically it's that fan shape that goes from your neck and fans down and in around the back here. So it's this big, big muscle that's over top of a whole other set of muscles. But the lats job is multidimensional. It's there to contract. So when you're contracting your scapula together, your rhomboids. The lats do that. Pull down movement. Anytime you do a pull down movement with a straight arm or a row, if you notice, rowers and swimmers always have great flaring lats. That's because it's not necessarily the bent row which hits more upper, it's the straight. And so you get that nice lat flare. We call it the flare or wings through there. Also responsible for bringing the shoulders up. It's just so multidimensional and multifunctional. What I love about the lats though is when we build it out and we get that flare, or the T as we call it in competition, it helps to make a narrower waist and it brings the shoulders and the back out. And so you get this really nice hourglass. So the lats require their own workload. So we do a lot of stuff as far as what we do to work the lats. Any wide grip stuff is going to work the lats. It's also going to bring width through here because we want it all, right? So whenever we work upper back, it's actually the back of the shoulders more or less, right? So when we do lat work, we're doing wide, we're doing straight arm, we do straight arm rows, we do straight arm pull downs, all sorts of different things. We do wide lat pull downs, that's to hit the lat area. But here's a little trick I learned in my first show, 24 years ago, when I went into show, and back then it was only bodybuilding, and we had to pose. And so you see this a lot with women in figure shows too. They have to stand and they have to pose. And so the pose is really important because you have to flare those lats. So this was the toughest for me because I couldn't connect into them. It's easy to flex this and flex this, but the lats, without working them, it's hard to flex them. So I kept trying to flex and trying to flex. And so you see a lot of women just standing on stage as is. And what you want to do is you want to pull into those lats and pull them up. You see women also posing that, and they're not able to hit their lats, so they're bringing their shoulders up to try to compensate. So you know that's because they're not clicking in, they haven't learned that. Clicking into the lat muscle for me was the toughest ever. And I kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And my coach finally said to me, what you need to do is you need to stretch in between every back exercise to pull the lats out and allow you to connect into them. So this is what I do. I'm just going to turn this around so you can take a look. No matter where I am, at whatever piece of equipment, I make sure I do a nice stretch. And so I've done some lat pull downs or I've done whatever, right? Grab a piece of equipment and just pull. And just pull, pull, pull. So it's a great stretch for the lat, but what it also does is it helps you to, in a mind to muscle kind of connection, to connect into it. So I can feel it because I'm pulling it, I'm stretching it, now I know where it is. Now when I go to flare my lats, I can feel it right in here. So we're going from flat to up, and it's like pulling it out. The other thing you can do is you can have somebody stand behind you, and I do this a lot with competitors. My coach did it with me. Sorry, I'm out of range here. Is they actually come in behind you, and as you're posing, they're pulling their hands in here to almost try to pull the lats out. And when you do this and you massage the lats and you kind of pull them out, the person then can connect in. And so you'll find that you'll see women walking, and when they walk tall with great posture, they're automatically flaring that out because they've got that connection. So that's why we work the back so much. That's why we do a lot of wide grip stuff. I don't know a lot of women that naturally have a wide back and narrow waist. If you do, that's great, but we still got to put muscle on it, right? So we still want to have nice shape and curve and symmetry to it as well. So when you're working the lats, make sure that you're always stretching no matter where. Just grab a pole and just stretch. Go back and do another set. Stretch. Practice just popping those wings out. And that is how you connect into the latissimus dorsi, which I feel is the most important back muscle we have. It's the largest and it's the prettiest when it shows. Okay, you guys, have fun.